sudden he's dead now. That's why they mocked Yahawashi and said, what? If you're the son, come off the cross, come down now. You know? But Yahawashi died, man, in front of the disciples, man. He was there with John, the beloved. He said, look, take Mary away, man. Take them away. I don't want to see them. They shouldn't see me like this. And after that, the Lord died, man, in front of the Edomites, man. When he was dead, they stabbed him. What came out? Water and blood, man. Yahawashi was through. So to the believers, it would seem like this was all a joke. Let's just go back to normal life. You know? That's why it's going to take faith, and the Lord has to put the Spirit on us, man. Because the flesh can't go through it, man. There's certain fears, like brothers, like me, I'll put it out there. I don't have a problem with saying this, man. I hate water, man. When it comes to the sea and shit like that, I'm not involved, man. I'm not involved, man. So if you say, look, jump in the sea, man, it's like the flesh ain't gonna do. But if the Lord put the Spirit on me, I'll do it. That's how it's gonna be, man. The flesh won't take you through to the end. It's the Spirit.
Faith. I think that's what said in 1 John. Say this is how we overcome the world, even our faith.
Yeah, faith.
It's faith that overcomes it. A certain thing, this world, the things in this world is so great, man. So great for you to deal with, flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? You need something to push you, man. To over the stretch mark, man. That's faith. You know what I'm saying? Because your flesh will get weak. It says, Yahawashi said, your flesh is weak. No, it says,
Spirit.
Your flesh is weak, but your spirit is willing. Is willing. You know, you need that thing that's gonna will you. You know, past the flesh life.
Even Yahawashi, like when he was in the garden of Gethsemane, he prayed 3 times. His prayer was, if there's another way, you know, let this cup pass from me. Because the flesh was kicking in, like, oh man. You know, imagine knowing you're about to be tortured and executed, man. The flesh ain't up for that, man. You know? But then he said, but let your will be done. That was what pushed him through. That look, there's a deeper goal. The Spirit will take me through, man. I know that my Father's going to be with me, man. That's why he said to them in the temple, man, you shall destroy this temple, but after the fulfillment of 3 days, I shall rise up again. Now they were thinking of the actual physical temple, and they said, well, it took so many years. You can't. How are you gonna do it in 3 days, man? But the scripture says he was speaking of himself, man.
Yeah, his own body.
His own body. so he knew that he was gonna die, man. But when it came to it, he was praying, nah. Look, if there's another way. But what drove him to the cross was the Spirit.
Yeah.
Was the word that his Father gave unto him. That listen, you lay down your life, I have the power to pick it up again.
Right. You see. In fact, even in these last days, as we're drawing at the end, when we have nothing else to lean on to, you're going to find yourself even more spiritual than you were before. Even more spiritual. Because Yahawashi, when he was at the temple and he had so many people against him, he stood right in the midst of them all and said, and you shall see me coming in the clouds of heaven. That what he said? He said, are you the son of God? Or something like that. Was it, what's his name? Caiaphas? He said, you say you're the son of God. What say you? He says, as you sayest, and you shall see me coming with the clouds of heaven. So he prophesied until he was in the zone. Even when the odds were against him, he was in the zone, that spiritual state, man. That's the thing that willed him. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit was willing. You know what I'm saying? So he saw the finish, the objective. You know what I'm saying? That's what allowed him to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because for the sins of Israel, for the kingdom's sake, for glory's sake, you know what I'm saying? For righteousness' sake, for the sake of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's what kept him there. You know what I mean?
And as you said, when you depend upon the Spirit, you actually see things happening, man. Like when they arrested the Lord in the garden, Malchus fell backwards, man. When he said, because it was dark, and they said, look, Judas already planned it. The one I go and give a brotherly kiss to, that's the one. Arrest him. And then Yahawashi said unto him, you betray your master with a kiss. Alright? And then they came up to him and they said, are you Yahawashi? He said, I am. And they fell backwards, man. That was that vibration around him, man.
Yeah, calm.
You know?
Yeah, because I remember when I was coming to camp around 2015, just standing around, and brothers were talking about circumcision as an example, you know, and because cut a long story short, I didn't want to do. I was kind of hesitant. I didn't know how I was going to do it, or I was going to do it, if I was going to go to the hospital or what. But brothers who know how I did it, I did it. But it was a spirit that made me do it.
Yeah.
But about 2 weeks later, because I never hardly used to see chariots, but around the time when I was really wounded, like really bad, about 2 weeks into it, that's when I started to see chariots. I noticed the most blatant chariot I saw was when I was in bandages with my, just being in, after I got circumstances. And ever since then, it's been, you know, it's been like, that's how I've been stuck. The Most High has allowed me to see chariots because he must have been pleased with that fact that I got it out of the way, you know.
Yahawashi said that when he rose from the grave and he was speaking to the disciples, he said, now all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. You know? So when you go through the physical trial, like that was your trial, when you go through the physicality of things, that's when the Father will increase you, man, and give you that power, man. You know? King of Kings and Lord of Lords, that was Yahawashi's reward and title, man.
Yeah.
Because he went through his temptation, his trial, you know.
Listen. It's 1 John chapter 5, verse 4. For whatsoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
So it's our faith, man, you know. Through faith. And the scriptures speak about the least grain shall not be plucked out of his hand. That's talking of the elect, man. So no matter what the temptation, if we're of the elect, you know, Lord willing, then we're gonna go through, man. And you know, there's no such thing as, oh, he was of the elect and then he fell out. No, if you're of the elect, you're of the elect, man. And through the faith, the Lord will give, because faith is a gift, man. And the Lord will give it to us in measures that he knows we can handle, man. Some brothers have more faith, you know, but that's really irrelevant, because if the Lord gave you enough to get to the finish line, you're going to get to the finish line, man. You know? Because there's no such thing as the elect not making it, man.
Yeah.
Because the Yahawashi said, you were with me from the beginning.
Yeah.
So if we're from the beginning, and Yahawashi is the Alpha and the Omega, that means if he was from the beginning and made it to his end, the elect will be there from the beginning and make it to their end. You know? It's as simple as that. You can't lose, man. That's the thing. When you're with the Lord, man, you can't lose.
Right.
There's no such thing as I didn't make it. I didn't make the mark, man. You can't lose because we're perfect. Yahawashi said, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Not in the flesh so much, but spiritually, man.
Yeah. In terms of faith, yeah. I've got this, St. John chapter 18, verse 3. And Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yahawashi, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, who seek ye? They answered him, Yahawashi of Nazareth.
That's the spirit, man.
Yahawashi saith unto them, I am he. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. As soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground.
We quoted that earlier, that's that spiritual power, man. Because when the Lord puts the spirit on you, it's like, sometimes you'll be in the spirit so much, it's like, you know, if I was to die right now, then so what, man? I don't care, man. I actually don't care. I could just go right this second.
That's true, brother.
He said, he didn't say Yahawashi was hiding behind a tree and, oh, Peter, you go first. No, he went out to them and said, it's me you're looking for, man.
He's like, what?
Yeah, what? He was like, you know? That's how Yahawashi, he went out as a man, man. You know? And when he approached him with that confidence in the spirit, he said that they fell backwards, man. Because his father was, the spirit was upon him, man.
Yeah, remember, he prayed to Yahawah to not put him through that, if it was the Lord's will. So at that time, that same spirit wasn't on him then, but like the brother was going into, man, when they came through, the Lord put him in that spirit, man.
Hey,
just accept his faith.
guess what, man? The brothers in this day and age that have to die for it, man. I have a good feeling. I just speak as a man, but I have a feeling that the people that will execute brothers, man, they don't want to do it themselves. Because what did the centurion say, man? When Yahawashi died, he said, surely this was the Son of God, man. They didn't want to kill the Lord, man. They knew what was up. He took off his helmet and said, surely this was the Son of the Highest, man. And Edomite said that, man.
With the Most High Yahawashi is going to kill him anyway.
He said, no, he crucified him.
Yeah, they pierced him. So he might have admitted it, but the Most High the Lord's still going to jack him up anyway.
Yeah. You know, but they're going to acknowledge that, look, there's something different about these men. As they acknowledged it about Yahawashi, man. That's why he said, lo, I am with you, even until the end of the age, man. You know, as his Father's Spirit was with him to go through it, so the Lord, he said, so I am with you, man. You know.
Peace out. James 1:2. My brethren, count it all joy when we fall unto diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and enter wanting nothing.
And that's suffering, man. That word patience goes back to suffering, man. So it says, let patience, read that last bit again,
that ye may be perfect and enter unto, but let patience have her perfect work,
there you go,
that ye may be perfect and enter wanting nothing.
So that patience, which is trials and tribulations and pain, that works a perfect work within us, man. As we were talking about earlier, each brother's trials and tribulations, ailments, hardships, that really refines us, man. I believe it says that in Zephaniah, the 9th chapter, I believe it talks about as gold is refined,
right,
and silver is refined in the furnace. You know, the Lord likens that unto his elect, man.
Last one. If any of you lack wisdom, let him keep asking God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
And upbraideth not, that means to talk behind somebody's back, man. Like if this brother, if he asked me for something and I was a wicked person, I could give it to him, and then I could go to you brothers and say, you know that guy, imagine he asked me for this. Yeah. But when it says upbraideth not, it means the Most High is not gonna like look at you badly for that, man. If you're asking, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
You know? Yahawashi said that he's the giver of good gifts. You know?
Yeah, that's to say, what father, like, what son will ask a father for like a table of bread, and then his father will give him milk? You get what I mean? So if you ask, he will give.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna give you, you know. But in this time, what you want to be asking for is spiritual things, man.
Last
Not
one.
Yeah.
It said, sorry, I cut you there.
Go.
6 says, but let him ask in faith, not wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Exactly.
Faith, persistence and faith.
And that's why when Yahawashi, you know, the Spirit were talking about when he was taken into judgment, that's why he was very bold and direct with his answers. You know, are you the Son of the Most High? I am, as thou sayest. Straightforward answers, man. All that wavering on, you know, because we're going to go to council. Oh well, we have record on the 26th of June and July. You know, for 10 years we saw you. You know, different locations. We're gonna. Oh no, I wasn't with them. I was supporting them. You know?
Well, I wasn't really there. I was in the crowd.
You gotta give straight answers, man.
What is it? Let your yea be yea.
Right.
Yeah, but the scripture says, think not of what you will say. He can give you the words to say them 10 times.
If I can bring out this little experience, when we were with St. Regions, you know, the police got us, there was a question, because I was always about the chariots. When I saw my first chariot, I said, where's the chariot pictures I used to see? And the brother got the chariot picture, so he let me always carry it. When we got locked up, that's what they was questioning about. That.
What's that? Yeah.
Right, what's that? You know that this is and I realised there was no way out of it. I had to say what it was.
Well, the thing was, they were questioning me. The thing is that they were talking about the Edomites getting puffed up basically in the pictures, and they're like, so, you know, how does that look to you?
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't bring out remember we had the slave pictures as well, but they weren't talking about
They was concerned about that. But the thing is, they put my back, relating to what you're saying, they actually put my back against the wall where I had to say, do you see that this looks very degrading to white people, that he's got blood and he's got something around his hand, and I had to say yes. Because I knew that I was incriminating myself, but I had to. Because that was, like you say, I had to show faith.
Yeah. It's like that's the thing, where the Lord gives you the answer to give, you give it, and where there's no answer, don't speak. Because Yahawashi, when he was in front of Pilate, there's some questions Pilate was asking, and he just blanked him.
Right.
And then what did Pilate say unto him? Do you not know I have the power to put you to death or to set you free? And Yahawashi said, you would have no power over me except it was given from above.
Calm. Yeah, because he got proud. Pilate says, don't you know I've got power? You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi is like, what this guy think he's, man? The only reason why you got power is because my father gave you power, man.
It's like it says in the book of Psalms, I believe it's 68:20. I believe it's 64, where it says the Lord belongeth the issues from death, and he is the God of our salvation.
You see, and that's why Yahawashi gave him a quick answer, man, because he doesn't like pride. Because Pilate had that little bit of pride in him, that don't you know I have the power to do this? And he didn't even acknowledge the Most High. He didn't even acknowledge Yahawah, and Yahawashi gave him a quick answer to that. He didn't like that. He didn't like that pride. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why Pilate's wife was having them bad dreams and stuff, and saying this is an innocent man. You know, and then that's why he, what did he do? He brought out that, because I actually researched it. It's a Roman act of goodwill, where they release a prisoner once a year. That's why he put Yahawashi versus Barabbas under the Roman act of goodwill. And he said, let the people decide. And then he washed his hands and said, listen, man, why did he do that? Because he knew Yahawashi wasn't at fault, man. But it's prophecy and fulfillment that the people would choose Barabbas over Yahawashi. You know, so he washed his hands and said, I have nothing to do with this man's blood on me. But you do, you know?
And it's funny you say that, because see, when you look at the 2/3 of Israel, see, these police officers and this whole entire government, they don't mind messing around with the 2/3 of Israel, because they know that, you know, and not to sound demeaning, but they know that they're no one of substance. So the powers that be, they know who we are. They know that we're a group of men of great substance, and our substance is Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahawashi. We're the people of the book, the prophets of the book, and they know this. And it's like going all the way back when we was in hardcore slavery. Like, as we all know, what is it? What's his name, man? They made a film about him. What's his name, man? Yeah, Nat Turner. Yeah, so there was a story of him when he passed away. In the midst of all of that, what happened was the people that killed him, at the very end, they felt bad about killing him, because they felt and knew that he was someone special. Right. They respected him because he was a man of the Lord, which that's what we believe him to be. He's a man of the Most High. So how much more now, being that there's a group of Nat Turners, and I'm not saying that in a carnal sense, right? But I'm saying more so in a spiritual sense.
Yeah.
They're not gonna want to do it, because check this out too. You know when you're ready to die. You know when you're ready to die about something, right? And the government knows that you're ready to die on this something. They're gonna be like thinking, well, damn, I don't, like you said. They're gonna be kind of like wary of
repercussions. Yeah.
But if you're a Jake that's not willing to, go that route, then they're gonna assume, oh yeah, he's just a regular Jake.
He's a nigga.
No one would notice. No one would notice him if he goes missing.
But with us, it's going to be a different situation.
It's like the movie Green Mile, when they're going to kill that, they're going to execute that John Coffey, and they knew that they shouldn't be doing that.
That's lucky. That's why they always denigrate when they kill Jake, so-called black person. They always even if there's protest, they always try to look to denigrate his character.
Yeah, first. Yeah.
So in other words, don't worry about him. And what are you worried about him for? Nobody. He was going out. He was killing people. He was a murderer. He was a robber.
Yes.
So
Yeah, they make you become the villain.
That's what they're doing with this guy. This guy that is bad, man. His name is George Floyd, man.
George Floyd.
You know, there's I got some girl sent me a clip where he was doing a porn. He was a porn star, man. Yeah, he was in what's it? The Habib show. The Habib show, man. He was doing a little porn scene, man. Sent me 2 clips of him in a porn scene, man. So they're now they're laying it out.
Yeah, they're gonna lay it out.
He's a grabbing one nigga, man.
Same with Rashid. Now he had a criminal record. He was on bail, but that's the reason why he tried to run and he tried to he took the taser from the police because he was on bail for. They're going to bring out why he was on bail,
Right.
but that's why. So they're saying, well, that's why he had to die, isn't it? There's a balance, but it's not balanced. But you know, they try and bring a balance.
That's what they do. They try to demonize your character to justify killing you.
their wickedness.
That's what they do.
Even though the wicked ones of our people did the same thing to the Lord, man. Because